Hey martial arts addicts all over the world, welcome to another video. This one is a bit of a follow up to a previous video I made about Judo philosophy. Before I start, I just want to say thank you to everyone that has liked and commented on my videos. I also want to thank everyone who subscribed to the Martial Arts Addict YouTube channel. Now please continue to do this, please continue to like, comment, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. And with that, let's begin with today's topic, and I hope you enjoy. Now, a while ago, I made a video about Jigoro Kano's philosophy of Judo in regards to randori or free sparring. Now, I just wanted to elaborate on something, and that is the traditional meaning of the term Ju and why Jigoro Kano felt that it expressed something more in regards to Judo. Ju can be translated as meaning gentle or soft and refers to the principle of yielding to a force in order to overcome it. So let's imagine that during combat, I've grabbed my opponent's jacket and he tries to pull away, but I use my strength to pull him into me so that I can throw him. Or imagine he pushes into me, but I use my strength to push him back and topple him over. In both cases, it was my ability to assert a greater amount of force than my opponent, which won me the battle. Now, however, if the opponent was stronger than me, this strategy would have been useless. Also, we can imagine that the opponent was of a similar strength, then we'd both have to exert a lot of energy before a victorious outcome is achieved. So both scenarios, therefore, are not examples of using the principle of Ju. Now let's imagine my opponent pushes into me after I've grabbed his jacket. Now, rather than attempt to push him back, I instead take advantage of his strength and allow his momentum to continue over my leg, causing him to fall. His forward movement plus my pull-in movement enables me to throw my opponent with relative ease. Similarly, if the opponent pulls me, rather than trying to pull myself back, I go with his force and push him. Now the opponent pulling backwards plus my strength pushing him backwards makes the opponent easier to push over. This is the traditional meaning behind the term Ju. However, Jigoro Kano, the founder of Judo, felt that there were techniques that did not necessarily express the term Ju in this way. Techniques such as chokes, strangles, joint locks and ground holds might not be achieved in the best way through the traditional meaning of the principle of Ju. So Kano wanted to elevate the meaning of the principle in his Judo to something that could encapsulate the effective expression of all Judo techniques. And he came to the conclusion of Ju meaning maximum efficiency, the guiding principle of Judo. So for Kano, maximum efficiency referred to using the minimum effort in order to bring about the maximum effect of a technique, whether a throw, ground hold, joint lock or a choke. One great way to understand the principle of maximum efficiency is to look at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. The Gracies always explain that the principle that they need to adhere to or follow in order to make a technique effective whilst expending the least amount of energy is called leverage. Leverage can be expressed in all the techniques of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. If you apply the correct leverage, you can support the weight of a much heavier opponent, you can break their guard, secure a dominant position and apply submission, all in the most efficient way possible. Now, in addition, a smaller and lighter person can make themselves feel heavier, making it harder for a bigger and stronger person to move them. BJJ is actually very well known for this. And if we look at the triangle choke, for example, which is originally in Judo, it was seen as a technique that could be brought on but required time to take effect. In BJJ, the way the technique is set up and the details in angling, etc., creates a much tighter and stronger technique that can take effect very quickly. All these slight adjustments make the choke even more effective. Now, Rickson Gracie, who was one of the top jiu-jitsu fighters of his time, demonstrates the principle of leverage really well in what he calls invisible jiu-jitsu. Now, by invisible, he's referring to the tiny yet important details that produce the correct leverage to apply the technique with minimum effort. In BJJ, we call it leverage, but it seems that the principle is synonymous with Kano's principle of maximum efficiency. They are in effect one and the same thing. There might be slight differences. However, I do believe that if Jigoro Kano was alive today, he'd find value in the principle of leverage, and he'd probably say something like, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Why would I say that? Well, I've heard that once Jigoro Kano was at a baseball game. He saw a pitcher make a really good throw and turned to his friend and said something like, that was a perfect example of judo. Now what I leave you with is something that can be said of all martial arts, but because I've spoken about Jigoro Kano's principle of maximum efficiency, I'll say this on his behalf, and that is, for Kano, judo is in everything, and everything is in judo. Martial arts addicts around the world, thank you for watching my video. Please hit the like button, please comment, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. Until next time, martial arts addicts all over the world, peace and love to all of you.